What's up guys, Brendanlok here. So recently a friend of mine recommended me, and my brother has also been asking me for the longest time to watch the legendary anime series Death Note. And I finally have the time to sit down and give this world famous anime a shot. Since this anime has been around for so long and many people have done tons of review on it, so I guess I'll just share my quick thoughts on this series. And before I start, I just want to say this is my personal take on the series and nothing too personal here.
Nothing personal, kid.
If you're cool with that, then let's go. So the story consists of three main arcs. The first one being the introduction of Yagami Light and L. The second one is the collaboration between Light and L, and the final showdown between Police Force and Kira. So the story started with no bullcrap and straight to the point. We see how Light suddenly obtained the Death Note and took it upon himself to be the savior of the world. Light is an interesting character as he has the similar mindset like Thanos from the Avengers. Yeah, Thanos.
A homo.
They both thought they have the power, therefore the responsibility to save the world, but in this most cruel yet most effective way possible. To some degree, I can understand them and maybe agree with them. Wielding such power strong enough to help saving the world, but definitely not the most acceptable way by the society. However, there will always be an opposing force like the Avengers, and in this case, L. With no further explanation, we were introduced to the world's greatest detective, L, and no, not Batman, and the showdown quickly began. To me, I very much enjoyed the first arc as we get to witness the mind games and tactical showdowns between Light and L, and constantly in this cat and mice chasing game, and we see how L thinks he has already got the upper hand but still being one up by Light. And the second arc is where things get a little bit less interesting. L decided to join force with Light to catch Kira, but the story didn't really progress much. The part where Light recovers his memories also seemed a bit underwhelming. I know this whole arc is meant to be the ultimate comeback of Light, but I wish they could have just switched out the Yacht Spa Company plot and go with something more dramatic or relevant. At the end of second arc, L was taken out and his successors, M and N, were introduced. Continuing to my least favorite arc, the third arc, we couldn't really see any more intense mind games like we used to see between Light and L. The whole third arc was just for N to find proofs and the setup to catch who's the real Kira, and to be honest, at this point I was just really watching for the sake of seeing Light getting caught, and that's all. And it's kinda hard to stay excited like we used to be back in the first arc. But overall, I'm by no means against this anime series, but instead I'm actually quite impressed by the concept of Death Note and being one of the best trailer animes back in the days. I can certainly imagine and see why this series took the world by storm and became one of the most well-received anime series in the Western countries. But I really wish L could have just stayed longer and we get to see more clashes between him and Light. So with that said, what's your personal thought on this Death Note series? Do you think the story is just perfect, or you have a better idea on how the series should have gone with? Let me know down in the comment sections below. I guess that's all for this video. Like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I have more videos coming your way soon. Brendanlok, out.